What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video, and welcome to an errand I have to run, crossing the city both ways, and we're on a bit of a time crunch. As the video title implies, I have to get something to help my vision, to help the way I see the road through the visor of my helmet. And yes, that is a Pinlock, and that I think it's one of the most important accessories you can get for your helmet, even actually more important than a communication device. Needless to say, I have never ridden with a Pinlock because up to this point, when I got my current helmet, I got it like 2 or 3 months ago, I used to have an open face helmet that didn't have mounting for a Pinlock. And because it didn't have mounting for a Pinlock, I could not use a Pinlock. But it's not like I didn't need a Pinlock. Considering I ride in the winter, there were many moments and road trips where I would have needed a Pinlock, because sometimes, especially in the morning in the winter time, it gets, even an open face helmet gets foggy, and it's very difficult to see up ahead when your visor is completely fogged up, or in the rain. In the rain, it's absolutely brutal. And what I found the main problem is, because my scooter has this big windscreen, if on my previous helmet, if my visor fogged up, you didn't have enough airflow to dry it out. So even if I completely opened it and endured the cold, it was still fogged up. I had to, like, as I was riding, I had to like put my head on the side of the windscreen so I could get some airflow to the helmet and dry it out. But yeah, I rode like that because I couldn't mount a Pinlock to that helmet's visor. But this one does have a Pinlock mount, and we are going right now to buy a Pinlock. Now, the main problem at this moment is that GPS says we'll be at the shop in, I don't know, 37 minutes, and that's 5 minutes to 7, and the store closes at 7. So now GPS is Google Maps, and it is basically using car ETAs. Now we're gonna see how quickly we can get there, because we are gonna we are gonna shave a couple of minutes off the time. These traffic lights aren't doing me any favors. So 18:57. Currently we have 3 minutes to spare, but I don't want to get there at closing time. Green light. You really have to pay attention to the traffic here, and it's currently rush hour traffic, the worst of the worst. It's evening traffic, rush hour traffic. Nice part about riding at this hour is the fact that drivers are used to crazy traffic, scooters, motorcycles. It's the weekend traffic that absolutely scares me. This weekday evening rush hour traffic is actually very good for us. Although it's extremely crowded, we're kind of all in a hurry, and we have this, we're vibing all together. But yeah, even though we're vibing together, traffic is still a bitch. You really gotta have your wits about you in this kind of traffic. And we're not going slow, but that's the flow of the traffic, that's the speed. We gotta keep up with everybody. We don't want to get in anyone's way, and I want to get there in time. And actually, at the moment, I'm riding pretty calmly. I know for some people it seems very crazy the way we drive here, we ride here, but it's actually not that bad currently. Hello. Oh, BMW R9T. I think it's an R9T. Onwards. Don't mind people in the middle of the intersection. Let's go! It happens. Intersections get crowded, people get stuck in the middle. I know there are laws about not blocking the intersection, but nobody cares for them. Oh, R8. Nice. But in this traffic, I don't know what you're gonna do with an R8. Do you really need 500 brake horsepower, or how many that thing has? No, in traffic like this you need 12. 12 little angry ponies making mincemeat of the traffic. Every bit of... oh, balls. Quickly now. You gotta think fast. You gotta be on your toes. So beautiful to see more and more people on two wheels. Even little grandpa there on his 50cc. That's what we should have in this city. More of this, more two wheels, more people riding, not people sitting alone in their cars texting. Why do you guys do this? Why do you must have a car? It's beautiful outside. It's currently 21 degrees. It's absolutely perfect weather. Why? Unfortunately, let's see if we can... oh boy. This is complicated. Sheesh Louise and cheese. You really gotta have your wits about you. Look for every little bit of space. Quickly taking advantage of just about every little bit of square centimeter you can find to get past. And this is where the torque of the 200 is beautiful, because you have very quick response. And as soon as the gap opens up, you can quickly take advantage of it. No, very little delay. A bit less delay than the 125. The 125 is peppy too, but it has a little bit more delay in its throttle response than the 200 does. It's the extra torque. That little bit of torque does wonders. This underground passage was supposed to help alleviate traffic and help people pass the intersection quicker. But at some point, when there's just too many cars, no matter how many roads you make, how many underground passages you make, it's all gonna be just like this. I don't understand why some people have to be on the left. Some drivers just, that's the thing. All we motorcycle scooter riders want from drivers, just stick to the middle of the lane. If you all stick to the middle of the lane, we have enough room to safely go forward and pass everyone. That's it. I don't need you to go out of your way to make room for me. No, I don't need that. All I need is, look, everybody's in the middle of the lane. Perfect room for me to pass. That's it. That's all everybody needs to do. Just sit in the middle of your lane. And here it's, there. Well, it was good. We did shave a couple of minutes off. We're currently 8 minutes in the green, but I want to get there. We'll see how quickly we can get there. When I did leave work, it said about we should be arriving at 7 o'clock sharp. Currently, we have 9 minutes in the green. So we saved 9 minutes. But I think we're gonna save quite a lot more, because we are actually getting quite close, and GPS says it's still gonna take us 22 minutes to get there, and I'm gonna get there in 10 minutes, not in 22. Or maybe 15 minutes. I don't know, something like that. I know traffic is backed up for the next 2 or 3 kilometers, but if I have room like this to pass, absolutely perfect. And yes, in case you are wondering, I constantly talk while I ride. I blab and blab and blab all day long. Yada 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 yada. Hope everyone is soaking in the beautiful architecture of post-communist Bucharest. And this is actually quite a modern thing that was built in this city. It's an overground passage. It is nice. It did help the traffic a little bit. It's still usually backed up at this hour, but it helped a little bit. Absolutely everywhere you go, traffic is backed up, but we are gonna take a bit of a shortcut. I think the GPS also knows about it, and it's actually a good one for us. It's a good shortcut because it's a small little street behind all the apartment buildings. Now this is where it's actually very tricky and a bit dangerous, because riding next to parked cars you can easily get a door opened in your face. Too easily. But I don't have any other options, unfortunately, because we are gonna hang a right in about 200 meters, and I want to stick to this side of the road because I don't want to cross lanes when I have to hang the right. So we're risking it for the biscuit a little bit, just a little. I am looking in the mirrors as I'm getting close to cars to see, do we have somebody in the vehicle? If I see somebody in the vehicle, I back off. But now we're off the main boulevard, and we're almost there. And what did I tell you? We're in the green 20 minutes. So we saved 20 minutes. Actually, the trip was supposed to be 43 minutes and we saved 20. It's basically half. We basically halved the trip time. Why don't more people ride in cities like this? Why are we so stubborn? Why are we so full of ourselves? Because it's a status symbol. That's, if you come visit from the West, if you come visit Romania or any other former Eastern Bloc country, the car is a status symbol. Those people spending hours and hours stuck in traffic wouldn't be caught dead on something like this, not because they don't want to ride or they're scared to ride. It's because I don't want to look poor. I don't want to look poor. So instead of doing a trip in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they do the trip in an hour and a half. But hey, they don't look poor, because this is cheap and reliable and economical, and it gets you around the city much quicker than a car. But it's cheap. It's a cheap vehicle. Therefore, if you use it, that means you couldn't afford anything else. That's the dumbass mentality Eastern Bloc countries have. And I think it's from the fact that in the communist period we were all, like, I don't know how to put it, we were all mandated to buy certain things. You had one type of bread, one type of meat, one type of furniture, one type of television, one type of radio, one type of everything. You wanted, I don't know, you wanted a car, we had one car. Everybody drove the same car. So nothing was a status symbol. And now that we're in democracy and we are free to buy whatever we like, anything that's cheap therefore means you're poor. It doesn't matter if you bought it to use it and more expensive options are worse for your needs. It doesn't matter. It means you bought cheap, you bought something small and cheap. That means you're poor because you bought that because you couldn't afford anything else. Well, I'm sorry. You can sit all day long in traffic and call me as poor as you want. I value my time and I want to get to my destinations quickly. And currently we made it with 21 minutes in the green. And let's get our Pinlock. Poftim?
Îmi pare vocea ta foarte cunoscută. Tu ești Ride with Alex? Dani, nu? Mamă, ce mișto! Men, te urmăresc de mult tare. Salut!
Super!
Da, mișto!
The guy follows my videos. Awesome! Well, we got a Pinlock and let's head home and mount it. Nice to have storage space. So nice to have storage space. Oh, the beauty, the wonders of a scooter. Quickly, let us get back on the road because we have a ways to go to the other side. Hello. We have a ways to go to the other side of the city because I do live on the other side of the city. And I'm really eager to get my Pinlock mounted. You know, I never had a Pinlock. I have no idea if when you look through the visor through it, if it distorts anything or it looks different. I'm really curious. I hope it doesn't change anything because riding my scooter, I already have 3 layers. I would have 3 layers of looking through something. I have my screen, I have my visor, and I would have the Pinlock. Hopefully they're all pretty clear and don't mess up the vision. And in case somebody was wondering, I did buy my Pinlock from Moto Emotion and they are not sponsoring this video in any way, shape or form. I pay full price. I didn't even ask for a free Pinlock, but the guy at the front desk that sold it to me and took my money actually watches the channel. Now I'm really sorry if you see this video. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name, but dude, you're awesome. You're riding with me, you're riding with Alex, and if you live here or you are passing by Romania and you need some extra gear, I highly recommend Moto Emotion. I did buy a lot of stuff from them over the years and they're a very good retailer for motorcycle equipment, motorcycle specific equipment. I'll have them linked down below in the video description. But you know, this drives an interesting point home. Now I do make my videos in English. I am Romanian and I do make my videos in English because I want to reach a broader audience. I want everybody to enjoy my content, not just my fellow Romanians. And what that means is that I actually have a very small fan base right here in Romania and I rarely get to meet anyone. So I can just ride around the city and nobody recognizes me, nobody knows who the bloody hell I am. And it's not like my YouTube channel is in any way, shape or form really big because I only have 7,000 subscribers. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I ain't no shade tree surgeon, I ain't no yammy noob, I ain't no anything like that. But it's very weird in a good way every time I get recognized. Like just now, he basically came outside the shop and asked if I'm Alex, and he was smiling when I said, yeah, that's me. And honestly, my biggest problem is I thank you all for saying hi, and if you see me, stop me, say hi, no problem. I'm just weirded out because I'm not used to it and I have no idea how to react. I don't know what to say. I freeze sometimes when people recognize me and they say hi and they start asking questions and I have no idea how am I supposed to answer and what am I supposed to say. It's a problem with me, it's not a problem with you guys. I am really not used to a lot of attention. And that's a fun fact about YouTube, in case you didn't know. A lot of YouTubers are actually introverts, which it's kind of ironic. You put yourself out there for millions of people to watch your videos, but actually you're a person who likes to you're more of a loner. As you can tell by my riding, 99% of the time I ride alone, and I enjoy it. I like it. I like riding alone. I like being by myself. But yeah, sorry if sometimes I feel I seem weird when you guys say hello. It's not a problem with you. I'm just not used to getting recognized. I have no idea how to answer. I'm really sorry I don't have any kind of stickers or a logo or something to give people. I really would love to, every time somebody recognizes me, to give them a sticker. I really need to start working on the brand and on some stickers and on a logo. So if anyone knows graphic designs or knows how to make a logo, hit me up. I have a couple ideas, but I have no idea how to do graphic design. I am not a person that draws or paints. I am creative in other ways. Drawing or painting, that's not my cup of tea. But if you want to help out and if you want to try out the logo, maybe it gets chosen for the channel, hit me up. So all in all, thanks to the dude that recognized me at Moto Emotion. You rock, man, you rock. And sorry if I seem a little bit weird. I'm just not used to being recognized on the street. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that I am not used to it. But you rock, and Moto Emotion rocks. And you have any needs for motorcycle equipment, check them in the video description down below. But now let's head home and get that pin lock installed, because I'm really curious to see how the visor looks with the pin lock mounted. And once it goes on, it's gonna stay on. Roadworks. So yeah, like I was saying, once it gets on, it's gonna stay on forever and ever, and hopefully I like it and I enjoy it, because at least in the winter time I'm gonna need it. And just like that, we are back at base. First of all, we need to get the visor off the helmet, and it's actually quite easy on this one. We just open it up. We have a pull tab here. We pull it and it should slide right out. It should slide, come on, right out, I said. Why isn't it sliding right out? There we go. Like I said, should slide right out. And again, same here. And we got the visor off. Now, put this down. What we need to do is properly clean the visor, and I got some of that. What I got on hand for cleaning phones and screens. That should do nicely. Oh, we're running low. Okay. And a bit of toilet paper, peach scented. The peach gets it extra clean. Nice and clean. You don't want anything stuck between the visor and the pin lock, because that's gonna be messy. Now I know there are so many special solutions and wipes for visors. You can use any of them. You can use even window clean, whatever you want. I just use what I had on hand. Good. Now this is clean. We gotta take our pin lock out of the bag. And we're gonna mount it. There we go. We have to mount it on these tabs right here. As you can see, there are a couple of tabs here, and we're gonna those are gonna hold the pin lock in. Get it as clean as possible. No dust fragments, no nothing. Now I don't know if so it has like a rubber o-ring or a rubber seal around it. I don't know if it has okay, so on the inside I'm gonna give it a clean, because I don't see any protective film, so this might actually be a wee bit dirty. So we're gonna get it clean, because I actually touched it. Now, being so close to your face, you're not gonna see any of the small imperfections. But I still wanna get it as clean as possible. This toilet paper isn't actually all that good. Good. So now what do? We open it up, we put it on one side, I think, and then we open it up some more. Come on. This feels wrong. This feels like I'm breaking the visor, but I guess that's how you're supposed to do it. Open it up, and now it just closes, and we remove this film, and that's it. That is our Pinlock installed. Pretty easy. Now let's put the visor back on the helmet, give it a bit of a wipe, and we should be done. Open position. Where is it supposed to go? It is a bit of a faff to get it in, I'll have to be honest. Okay, this side is in. Let's get the other side in as well and see if we messed up our visor or not. If I shouldn't have, but you never know. You never know until you actually try it. Nope, I guess not. Still closes nicely. Let's give it a bit of a wipe on the outside. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now we have a Pinlock on the helmet. Pinlock 70, it's a Scorpion Pinlock. And this should stop my helmet from ever fogging up. It's a very important addition, especially if you ride in cold weather or if you go on tour, because sometimes it rains, and if you go up into the mountains, it gets cold, it rains, and your visor might fog up. And if it rains, like if you don't have a Pinlock and you want it to stop fogging up, you have to open the visor, but then you get water inside, so you close it back, then you get steaming up inside. It's a very important thing that it took me a long time to get here, but that was because I didn't have this helmet. Now I do, and now we have a Pinlock. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care out there and ride safe. Goodbye.